Hi, neighbors. Hang out with me as I unbag my weekly food pantry haul. I've been sharing how one way you can trim your budget is to take advantage of your local food pantry or food resource distribution centers. The location I went to today bagged all my produce up in these nice reusable totes. So let's see what we have in store. I am so excited. Last week when I shared my haul, I had some really great items. So let's see what we have this week. We have another head of cabbage. If you were with me last week, we did have one head, but this week we have two. So I'll be cooking this down, making more spicy cabbage and freezing it for a later date. We have baby potatoes. Those are always good. I shared with you also that I don't keep everything that I receive from my distribution centers. What I do, things that I cannot eat or things that I know I'm not going to utilize. And just to, share even some of those things that I am fond of, I take to my community events. So like to my dance class or to a community center that I may be volunteering at. And I put these extra resources on their community table. And they always find a good home. These bags are nice and sturdy, so I will be reusing them. It's kind of nice to be able to sit the bag on the counter with the produce so that people can just grab and go. Ooh, one of my faves, red peppers. I love red, orange, and yellow. Last week's haul, you recall, we had all of those green ones. And I can't eat green peppers. They give me severe heartburn, unfortunately. But look at all of these beautiful, vibrant red peppers. And they just keep coming. So, yeah, we will definitely be prepping these, slicing and dicing, and putting them in freezer bags and storing them for our stews, our tomato sauces, our breakfast omelets. I put them in just about everything. Now, I must admit, this interesting little item here had me baffled. I was not quite sure what it was. With the coloring, I thought it was some type of hybrid radish. But upon further investigation, I found out that it is a combination, actually a hybrid of turnip and cabbage. So, yes, that's going to be an interesting discovery. Because again, one of the great things about utilizing your local food resources, you get to try things and experiment with things you ordinarily wouldn't. Look at what we have here, an entire loaf of oatmeal bread. Now this one I definitely will be sharing at one of my community tables because I'm not a bread consumer. Again, this is one of the great benefits to using your food resource centers. You'll get to try things you ordinarily wouldn't because of budget restrictions and hesitancy. And also, this is a great way to save if you have diet restrictions such as vegan or gluten-free. Now you get to try some of those other items. And I love leafy vegetables. We talked about eating our colors for health benefits and weight loss. We want to eat our colors. And look at these huge collard greens. We did have one little batch last week of collard greens. So now it's going to have company. And you all see that melon up front. That will be going on my community table because I'm not eating melons at this time. I'm a berry girl. So my blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. Maybe in the upcoming weeks we'll get some of those. Now, you see what I'm pulling out of this bag. All of these cucumbers. And you already know what we'll be doing with most of these. Juicing. Because we have been juicing lately and been putting together some pretty tasty concoctions. I just love this journey I'm on. Here's an overview of my haul, and you see our beautiful roses in the back, because one of the things that we get to do with some of these savings is to do things that brings us joy, and for me, that is more flowers. More flowers I have, the happier I am. So let me give you a close up. Look at these beauties. They are really, really blooming. So, so beautiful. And they smell so wonderful. So, yeah, there we have it. I encourage you to get connected with your local food distribution centers. And remember, these services are there to support all of us, no matter what your income is. Well, let me go put my flowers somewhere where I can admire them all day. Take care. Bye.